feels very surreal. On a day like this, on our first day with the suit, I'm exhilarated, I'm excited, a little nervous. It's not really feeling real until right now. And I'm ready to get into it.
Now, slowly pivot clockwise. Boom!
This was during our camera tests for the suit. We were very, very excited. This was right before we started. It got us on the right energy. Being able to see Xolo feel comfortable and enjoying himself. Honestly, this was the day that we felt, okay, this is gonna work.
With a lot of these superhero movies, you kind of have to think like, what haven't we done before? Blue Beetle is a movie that we're building from the ground up.
Yeah, buddy!
And I think it's so exciting to get to amalgamate the best parts from Jaime's story in the comics over the years for a fun, good old movie. Really, he's the best superhero out there, if I do say so myself.
Go. All right, guys, we go. First position. Good energy, guys. Let's start off with a bang. Mix this up.
Everybody's been working hard. We started at an 11. Hopefully, this sets the tone.
Oh, we're ready to go. Boom.
And action!
Welcome to the set of Blue Beetle. Come on in.
The fact that we're creating the first representation of Blue Beetle out in the world is very unique.
I never thought this story was going to be told, but I'm so happy because we've been waiting for it.
That's on me, Rudy!
I would hate to have not been involved in this project.
I've never seen anything like it.
Hell yeah, we're doing this thing.
Let's party.
Blue Beetle started when I got a call from DC Studios. They were like, well, we have this story about Blue Beetle. Are you interested? I'm like, well, I like the character of Blue Beetle. I like the character of Jaime Reyes. And I thought that it was interesting to do something focused on a kid that looks like me, that speaks like me, that comes from a family very close to mine.
I've been a really big DC Comics fan for a long time, and I'd gone through so many characters looking for something that felt fresh and new, something that felt a little different. Blue Beetle stood out.
I tried telling him.
Jaime Reyes and his character stood out because of his family, the humor, and I just felt like it was exciting for the superhero genre. Our story really relates back to the comics in a lot of ways, but also does some new things that people haven't seen before.
Okay, let's do this.
After hearing the pitch that Garrett had written, I felt like I had the opportunity of telling an origin story that, based on my experiences, could connect with a broader audience.
Angel really was able to take this story and bring it to a next level. And Garrett, our writer, the story truly comes from a place of authenticity.
I come from a family where storytelling is very important. My grandmother, Carmelita, she was amazing at telling stories. Everybody in my family is amazing at telling stories, and that became a currency. The way I grew up, it's basically the Mexican way of telling stories, smashed with the way Americans told stories. And I think that 100% informed Blue Beetle.
It makes sense.
One thing that's very special about this Blue Beetle is that it's the third iteration of the Blue Beetle superhero.
What makes Blue Beetle a little bit different than other superheroes is that Blue Beetle has changed a lot over time.
The Scarab. Someone had it before you.
All right, you want to dance, huh? Give me a sword.
Blue Beetle really becomes a reflection of time, of an American psyche. So Blue Beetle started in 1939 as Dan Garrett. And Dan Garrett was an archaeologist who discovers this magic scarab in this Egyptian ruin.
Dan Garrett was looking through this pharaoh's tomb and the scarab attached to him.
Dan Garrett really reflects what people thought was cool back then. The world was becoming smaller. We were unearthing things. As these things came back, there was this fascination with them. And Dan Garrett and magic were a big part of that fascination. So then eventually, Dan Garrett gives way to a new character who's called Ted Kord.
Ted Kord was the Blue Beetle?
What the hell was Blue Beetle?
Ted Kord reflects another American identity that is more suited for its time. A billionaire, this is like Reagan era, everything is extreme. Ted Kord is a very funny guy.
Like Superman, but just not as good.
Like Jaime says in the movie, Batman, but with ADHD.
How come all this stuff, it doesn't look...
Less ridiculous?
He was never able to harness the powers of the scarab, so instead he made his own gizmos and gadgets to emulate that of the scarab.
What's interesting and beautiful about those comics with Ted Kord is that's the first time they start to really imprint a sense of humor. It really was in those Ted Kord comics that I discovered a great possibility for a tone for the movie. And then later on, this guy Jaime Reyes shows up.
Hey, great is here.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Our Blue Beetle is a Latino teenager called Jaime Reyes. We're basing it off Jaime Reyes' origin story out of the 2006 comics.
He's a guy who represents everything that's amazing about Mexico and everything that's amazing about America. If Ted Kord was America in the 80s, Jaime Reyes is America today.
Something that I admire so much about Jaime is that he's so selfless. You know, he's not like Superman where everything's perfect and he's the man's man. He's coming into his adulthood and sometimes it goes well and sometimes he falls on his face.
How did you get it to do that?
I don't know.
Acquired.
We spent like a good year tinkering with the script.
We're losing the house.
Gareth and I had the same sensibilities, the same ideas, the same motivations.
I was so pumped after reading the script for the first time. It reminds me of my culture and the things I grew up watching.
Reading the script is one thing, and then sitting at that table read and hearing everyone's characters, it's scary, like how fun it is.
All right, welcome to the Blue Beetle table read. Lots of fun. Here we go. Okay, ready, guys?
Wait, you went in to get us jobs and all you got was a hamburger?
I don't think there's a hamburger in it.
What is that? Parece un chombo. Oh my God.
I think it's,
What? Oh! Rudy, get it off! Get it off! Cabezón, no! Cabezón! Who's controlling this?
Pressure systems check.
In the beginning, we started with all the family scenes. And so it was the whole Reyes family together. Starting off the movie with those was really great because we just found that family.
This is where the scarab chooses Jaime. We call it the transformation scene. One pattern that we saw on the different iterations of Jaime's Blue Beetle is the selection process and the transformation process is not pretty. Some of them are gory, other ones are horrific. So we wanted to lean into the body horror, but we wanted to make it fun thanks to the reactions of the family.
At the beginning, what is this? Guacala.
Okay. It shoots him across the room, shoots me across the room, and then he flies out of the roof, and then I faint.
All right. And positions, here we go. Let's roll, please. Rolling. Rolling.
That was fun.
I think he likes me.
Now, ready, and 3, 2, 1, go!
it is horrific seeing his transformation. All of the grotesque things he has to go through to gather these powers. But hey, it looks dope and scary.
We wanted to lean into those supernatural and horror films from the 80s that goes from possession films to Cronenberg films to Carpenter films, and we wanted to do an homage of sorts.
You see crazy transformations in films, but then you have a whole family standing right there watching it all, and it's just like, what is going on?
And now! Scared the out of me.
Are you okay?
¿Qué le pasa, Beto? Watch out, Millie. Watch out. Cabezón! Cabezón! Look at me.
¿Estás bien, mijo?
It's been great. I mean, honestly, we've been working on these previses, all these images and ideas and concepts that have been in his head. It was almost emotional to see the suit in its full form as it was powering up in that heroic moment that we just shot.
What the
Acquired.
There's many theories about what the Scarab is. My favorite is the Scarab is a world-destroying weapon created by the Reach, one of the most ancient civilizations in the known cosmos.
The Scarab was sent to land in different planets, attached to one of its hosts, and dominating that host, exploiting the planet, and then obliterating the planet.
There's a voice in my head.
Hello, Jaime.
So Angel was hell-bent on finding a way for me to be a part of this film, and so I told him, whatever comes to mind, I will do background, whatever you need me to do. I got the call, and I was like, what is it? And he's like, Kashida. And I was like, no way, this is so sick.
Begin systems check in 3, 2, 1. Thrusters engaged.
It's okay. It's gonna be okay.
Technically in the film, Kashida is the eldest of all that holds all the power of Blue Beetle.
You're pairing a 22-year-old conscience with a 100,000-year conscience. It has access to all of Jaime's memories. It can play any song you want. It can connect. It doesn't need Wi-Fi. Iron Man wishes he has this.
Testing acceleration systems.
Too fast!
It starts off kind of, well, soulless, almost like an AI Siri-type voice. But as she starts to become one with Jaime, she's taking information as she listens into everyone's conversations that she starts to kind of pick up on their little isms, you know? And then she starts to have her own isms, which I think is really awesome too.
Why are you doing this to me?
Host overreacting.
You've seen nothing until you've seen the Blue Beetle costume deploy. I've seen a lot of bugs in my day. I've never seen one that looks like that.
I can say from personal experience that the suit is sick. It's probably one of the coolest suits I've seen in superheroes ever.
When we started developing this movie, the first thing that we wanted to attack was the design of the suit.
One of the missions we had is how we can make it grounded as possible within the fantasy elements of it.
Rebooting complete.
We wanted to lean into the way the suit looks in the comic and honor those designers while still making a product that feels unique and exciting for live action.
We brought on the best of the best costume designer, Maya Rubio. She came in as a force.
She's massively talented.
The Blue Beetle costume comes from alien technology. It's magically beautiful, inspired in nature. We were in development for 9 months. We did so many designs. We probably made 500 designs. Every single line design was being made with the same thought, like how a person designs a car, is that precise.
What's up, Sholo?
Hey, what's going on, bro? I'm excited for today.
Sholo, so excited to try on that suit for the first time. Immediately, he was Blue Beetle.
It's feeling good right now.
Okay, great.
Oh my God. It looks powerful. Wow.
Woo, backpack. Yeah. Heck yeah.
I Can't compare it to like any superhero suit I've seen before. It's sick. And it's so similar to the comic book.
It takes like about 20 meters altogether because there's so many pieces to it. So this is the scarab. It's like a biotechnology and alien technology combined, if you can imagine that. So all these designs, we made it with intention, you know, with live material. I mean, it's living. It was a big collaboration, it is. We went to a wonderful place called Ironhead Studios, which is somebody I used a lot for building costumes.
Maya's is the brain of all of this. We worked with her on multiple projects. I'm always really proud of what we do together, and this is definitely no exception. Everything is custom from the top down, everything from the fabrics. Every piece of this is from latex, urethanes, all custom made to your body.
The coolest part is seeing like all the detail that goes into not only like the hands, but the pattern. It almost looks like it's like a alien fingerprint pattern or... It's so savage.
A lot of suits are CGI, and I mean, this one's just there. I've hugged him in that suit. It's not the comfiest hug.
Even though I'm a superhero, I'm completely hopeless without my costume team.
The whole suit is practical. I mean, there's digital enhancements because there's energy sources that come in from the suit, but having the suit there using the right light reflection and just the right body movements with Xolo, it just made different experience overall. Something that you would have never gotten in CG.
I mean, the suit is pretty phenomenal. I think we should all just get one. I kind of like asked Xolo if I could borrow it, and he was like, no, it's fitted to me, I'm the chosen one.
The whole team put their heads together for something really special, and the thing fits like a glove.
Wait, is that my house?
Testing re-entry systems.
Wait, no! What are you guys doing?
Ay, pobrecito.
¿Estás bien, mijo? It's alive.
There wasn't an instance in which his family did not know that he had these powers.
Jaime, what happened? Where did you go?
I don't know.
If you're a Mexican-American teenager or a 20-year-old, good luck hiding anything from your family. It is not gonna happen.
My mom, till this day, treats me like I'm 12 years old. We kind of like embrace that. So this made it for a very unique journey where the family is part of the adventure.
They don't get out much.
I don't think I've ever seen a superhero movie where the family is always present.
Sometimes that can be very frustrating.
So when the scarab goes up someone's ass.
What? It did not go up my ass. No, I think it's kind of cool. Que no, cabrón.
There are no boundaries with the Reyes family. Jaime has been presented with this opportunity that feels larger than life, but his family's like still making fun of him for it.
Yo, put those huevos away, bro.
In Mexico, that's the love language to I mean, at least where I grew up, is like, I don't make fun of people I don't like.
I couldn't think of anyone better to play those roles. For me, the most exciting part was seeing all of them come together.
You have Rocio, played by Elpidia, who truly is a powerhouse of a woman.
You are not leaving this house. The most important thing for Rocio is to take care of her family. ¿Listos? She is a good mother, but she's also really tough.
And then you have Damian, who's my father.
So Alberto is the soul of the family. He's a guy who endlessly wants to help others.
We're on a journey, Jaime.
And then you have Belisa Milagro, my sister.
She just tells it like it is.
Sigando, what am I doing?
You know, versus Jaime, Milagro's always been like, dude, come on, bro, like that's not gonna happen.
Okay.
And then you have Nana, played by Adriana. She has, by far, some of the best moments in the movie.
I passed a fantastic time making this movie because they give me the opportunity to make these characters who have many fun moments.
And finally, there's Rudy. George Lopez. Rudy is eclectic. He really did transform for this.
That's Rudy.
My name is Cesar. They spent hours on makeup on me, and I don't really have any superpower other than looking like a dude that lives with his mom. That's. I'm in there 3 hours to look like a guy that lives in the living room, sleeps in a cobija de Mexico with like some kind of animal you've never seen, like a tiger that has wings.
This is sci-fi. This is Area 51 CIA. Rudy.
The character is based on a real Rudy, Gareth uncle.
Who basically inspires the character of Rudy. Rudy's one of the most intelligent people I've ever met, the funniest guy I've ever met.
Woo! And my song too. Oi!
He was uncompromisingly free.
And then you have Bruna from Brazil, you know, has been on television, I think she told me, since she was 5.
It's such an honor to be part of this movie. I still get emotional talking about it. I'm a crier. Just get used to it.
We wanted to include a Brazilian as part of the cast because Brazil has often been left out of the Latino conversation because they speak Portuguese, but they are as Latino as we are. Being able to bring somebody like Bruna, it felt like a match made in heaven.
I'm having the time of my life, so every day is just amazing.
Hold on. Hey, let's tape this thing.
The love you feel for your family makes you weak.
The villains of Blue Beetle, Victoria Cord and Carapax. These characters are amalgams of characters and villains that are in the Blue Beetle lore. Carapax particularly is a very, very deep throwback.
Victoria Cord is this CEO villain of sorts who's after power and money.
So join me to build a better future, a Cord future.
With the Scarab, she's able to create weapons that are stronger than an army.
This is my life's work.
Victoria Cord. Who's the lady that plays? Just kidding, just kidding, just kidding. Played by Susan Sarandon.
I got this.
As much as you want to just Darth Vader Victoria Cord throughout the whole movie, she's also very charming.
Let's do it. It's always so much more fun playing a villain. I mean, seriously, you can say and do things you would never have the courage. And usually they're the most authentic, I have to say. I think it's time to find a new job, Jaime Reyes. You too, Toilet. Go. Andale.
It would be so hard to see that she was a villain by the way we were having so much fun. She was able to bring in that quirkiness. And the way she relates with Harvey and Raul, they became their own dysfunctional family.
This is a project that just resonated with me. I've never been on a crew and cast where it's so celebrated to be authentically who you are, especially being Latina, going to Crafty and there's conchas waiting for you at Crafty, which is like, you guys have conchas?
The Scarab. Now. What is he doing here? He's not slowing down. Watch out, watch out!
Carapax's body has been ravaged by Victoria Cord. You know, he's literally becoming a weapon.
What the hell is that thing?
He's been worked on so long to become part man, part machine.
Carapax is a victim of American interventionism in Latin America. A Guatemalan whose anger is weaponized.
I want to be able to play Carapax as representing the indigenous people of the Americas and the human beings that have been in harmony together and now being used to take advantage of everything else around them to get what they need. I do have to sit through almost 4 hours of hair and makeup every day.
Yes, there you go. Today we were working on our lead villain, Carapax. We looked at the comic book first and tried to find a base silhouette to where we could expand out the character. Under the guidance of costume designer Maya Rubio, started to develop concepts based on the kind of ideas she had for the overall shape language. and tried to explore a range to really kind of make sure that he goes from these stages of Carapax 1.0, 2.0, and 3.0.
I mean, I've been wanting to do maybe a superhero, but I'll take the supervillain. But it's just super, super fun to be able to play a character like this, larger than life.
Okay.
Yeah!
Okay. Just give me 5. Just give me 5. Okay. What did we just do today? Right now, we're here on the terrace at Cord Mansion, trying to get the suit to turn on, and we decide, screw it, let's just jump off the building. And it worked. Thank goodness, otherwise I wouldn't be here.
When I started doing a deep dive into Jaime, I couldn't stop thinking about Xolo.
All right!
Not only does he look like Jaime in the comics, he also embodies the energy of Jaime.
3, 2, 1, go!
I think everything about Jaime, that is Xolo. He is such a sweetheart, and he's so optimistic, just like Jaime.
Hello.
Everybody's familiar from his work from Cobra Kai, but to see him as Jaime Reyes, you know, he's grown up a little bit from that show. Even like hearing costumes after they fit him, they're like, who is this kid? And he walks in the door, and then they meet him and talk to him, and like, oh yeah, that's Jaime Reyes. That's correct. That's exactly who the character is.
Angel, who likes to think he's like the smoothest guy ever, was like, do you want to be Blue Beetle? And I said yes, and then I cried.
Hola, Jaime.
And then they said, get your ass in the gym, flaquito.
Last 3, 2, and he's been crushing it. You know, the goal has always been to add some size and maintain athleticism.
We had finished a leg day and I realized, oh shoot, I'm gonna have to throw up. But I swallowed it and I was like, hell yeah, I'm a king. Fitness ain't got nothing on me.
And 3, 2, 1, action!
What was it like working with Xolo?
Oh, okay. Oh boy. Getting to act alongside rap sensation / aspiring tattoo artist Romario Xolo Maridueña just feels like a dream come true.
I just want to do this all day.
And no, he didn't write it. That's working with Xolo.
Jaime Reyes is the biggest Latino superhero in the DC universe. It was always a dream to play this role. I get to step into the role, and it means the world to me. That's what it means to step into. It means the universe.
Tamarindo. ¿Y qué otro te queda? Limón, guayaba, tamarindo.
¿Me da por favor una de piña, por favor? All right, so we're here. We're in Puerto Rico, for one thing, and eating some hielo de piña. All right, we're here at the Reyes house. We're about to be climbing up, having a little conversation with Milagro, Belisa, and it's gonna be a good time. I'm not leaving again.
What about grad school?
Well, that's not gonna help the family. I can't get us into even more debt.
Anymore, bro. You're Jaime.
Filming in Puerto Rico was a dream come true. Being able to bring a big movie like this, but also be able to work with the people that work with me in my first movie in locations where I grew up, for me, that was everything. To be able to share this moment with the ones that helped me get here.
Angel is taking us down to his home island of Puerto Rico. It's a feel and a vibe that is so unique. It's colorful, it's vibrant.
We are in La Calle Serra in Santurce. This is like where everything started for us. It's where we conspire, where we create, where we imagine things, where we imagine a possibility. Yeah, it is special. It's a very special place.
We're shooting all through the streets of Puerto Rico, and I couldn't be more excited. Angel's excited to capture what's so special about Puerto Rico.
Being in Puerto Rico is awesome, man. The people are great, the weather's perfect. It's almost like being in a summer camp.
Look at where we are. El Moro.
We were able to shoot in a 500-year-old fortress in Puerto Rico. A movie of this scale has never been done before there. I was honored to be able to use it as a backdrop.
Action! Come on, let's go! Rudy, come on, let's go! Espérame, I just ate!
Oh, man, there's more.
We're here at El Morro in Puerto Rico. I'm just reminding myself of how I feel in this moment.
It's a beautiful, beautiful location. Jaime and me are running to the bug ship.
The bug ship is right there. You can't see it because it's invisible.
We're at the stairs which go up into the bug ship. The concept for this vehicle was synthwave with a little bit of like a goofy sense of humor. So as you can see, we kind of ran pretty hard with that.
All right, we're gonna enable axes.
Today we shot on the bug ship. I did get motion sickness, but it was so worth it.
I think everything looks so freaking cool.
Visual style is something we talked about from very, very early stage on this movie. We had this sort of synthwave vibe driven by color. I mean, the film's called Blue Beetle. It just wants to be something that's bright and fun.
For the visual style of Blue Beetle, we based it off the way a lot of our cities and barrios look like, and also a little bit of that 80s nostalgia. Most of the references we took were from real-life environments, whether it is the streets of Santurce, the downtown of Miami, the streets of Mexico City, just embracing the warmth of the culture and the communities around.
The Bug Lair is all about Ted Kord.
There was so much detail in it. We're going with like 70s, 80s. The technology, we wanted to give him a workout area because he was a boxer in the comics, a place where he was building models and designing electronics and TVs that he was working on to use in the bug ship. We had Easter eggs.
No way. Wow! El escarabajo azul.
Doing the Reyes home was very fun. As a wonderful expression, I think, of what it is to grow up in a Latino home. The Reyes house is really like the heart of the film. There's so many little things in there that are so authentic.
In the early 80s, my grandma, she had all these things in the house.
I was able to go back and think about growing up. Oftentimes in Hispanic culture, you need places to put things, but you don't have a curio set or a cabinet or something. So oftentimes they'll just start cutting into the walls, and then they'll use the 2x4s to help frame the walls to put some shelves in, and then voila, you've got a shelf unit. And visiting my grandparents and my abuelas, they had the Virgen de Guadalupe. That's not just a picture, it's like a shrine. So I was able to bring a lot of these things in that surrounded me in my youth.
Blue Beetle, it's a movie that centers around a Mexican-American character in an unabashedly Latin-American movie. That's what makes it different. It's every detail. It's in every fiber, in every shot, in every character, in every costume, and in the people making it.
I never been in a movie who talk about Latin people as this movie. Angel put the values of Latin and Mexican people, not only that, for a good people, for the minority.
We're often shown as gangsters or narcos. It's never so much about our values and what makes us special.
It's such an important thing to see yourself represented on screen, behind the camera as well. You know, someone who looks like you, someone whose family kind of is like your family, sounds like your family, eats the same food as your family. Seeing that portrayed in a positive light is so immense and so powerful.
To see people like me with hopes and dreams, with a loving family that cares, and eventually becoming superheroes of our own story, it's very special. Nobody can tell our stories better than ourselves.
I mean, just the idea to begin with. And I have to speak as a Latina. Ángel Manuel está haciendo una historia y una revolución en la cinematografía. Una revolución verdadera, en todos los sentidos. En la forma como está dirigiendo, en la historia que está haciendo, en el grupo de gente que estamos aquí juntos y el tipo de historia.
You know, is it always the right time? No. Was there a better time? Maybe, but the time's now. So the Blue Beetle is, it's pretty amazing.
I think that Blue Beetle sounds like it's electrifying and it's exciting and it's big and it's bold, but at the core of it is a big beating heart full of emotion. Angel had a very specific vision for this film, and I think that we work really well because you communicate emotionally, and you know, I think we're both very empathetic people, and so when it got to actually working, you know, it's just really fun journey of getting to the emotions.
There is expectations, but how can we take those expectations and translate it into a language that resonated with what we wanted to create, a little bit more of like this VHS 80s nostalgia, Tangerine Dream-esque, you know, vaporwave aesthetic. Like we just kept throwing like different type of like things of like, our mood board is very complex.
Some of it's kind of techno, you know, like there's a little like pulling from like dance music and electronic music kind of production techniques, and then, you know, there's very traditional orchestra stuff on top. But even with where we're going quite traditional with the orchestra, I try and throw something in, you know, to detune everything or to have it in different registers that you don't normally get these kind of scores. You know, there's a ton of modular synths and custom kind of vaporwave-esque, big glassy synths.
We kept sending back and forth like different music, just like, oh, like just listen to this, like close your eyes, like what you're feeling. This feels like what I wanted to do, you know, and that's not talking about instruments or anything, it's just about that emotional journey.
We talked about like demon Jimmy Page.
Yeah,
and, like, you know,
like channeling your Jimmy Page.
The main theme for Jaime was really exciting. You know, Angel and I spent a good deal of time talking about Jaime and his journey and the family and what that means. You know, I had a very kind of subtle string and drum thing going, and then on top of that, you just have this ba-na-na. It's a big synth that I made, and I put it through like 5 different distortion pedals to make it huge. You almost want to feel like it's bursting out of him.
Being part of something like this is just like, oh, wait, when I thought I was being surprised enough with the whole process, this is like another level.
It's such a rich world and the characters are so well developed that I'm like a kid in a sweet shop. You know, that's really magic.
You know it's going to be a good score when the subs are coming through the class. We just feel it's
Let's roll, please. Roll. Action.
This is what we call the cosmic realm. After Jaime is captured, he flatlines, he falls into this coma. He goes through this construct in his brain that has this mix of home nostalgia and cosmic elements.
Dad, what's going on? Hey,
Todo va a estar bien. This is where he realizes what he needs to hear in order to become a superhero, to take that final leap of faith and become one with the Scarab.
I'm so proud of you. This is your purpose.
His father says, you're gonna get through this, and we're all gonna get through this because we're strong. Damian was such a generous scene partner. Really, the whole movie isn't possible without Damian, without the father.
This is a very special moment. It incorporates Latin American mysticism, but also hope and that guidance that we get from our ancestors.
I need you, Kaji!
Most superhero movies are one person doing everything to save the whole world. The essence of this movie is to really show that it's not possible. All the moments that led up to Jaime even encountering the Scarab were because of the foundation that his family was able to build on. And I hope it'll make a lot of people realize, like, it's okay to not do it alone.
There's so many favorite moments, but definitely this one is one of the most emotional.
Go, go, go! Okay. Ready and now! Okay, let's go. Yeah.
The cosmic plane sequence, it's probably one of my favorite of the whole movie.
All right, Kaji, come on. Let's go. Activate! 3, don't move.
But seconds after that moment, Jaime has to get it together. And he does.
Ready, Kaji?
Vamos a partirles la madre.
The third act starts with Milagro pinned down by 10 Black Ops, and then Blue Beetle shows up behind. This is what they call the old boy sequence because he just mows down through the guys. I think we had 33 wire gags all in one fight.
Hey, Mark. 3, 2, 1, action! What the hell? Thanks, Kaji.
De nada.
Watch out!
OMAC incoming, Jaime.
Action!
So this is kind of the tail end. This is what I look like right now. It all feels very helpless. This is definitely the lowest point of Jaime's journey.
You know, at the end of the movie, we see that Jaime is ready to shed some blood.
Jaime thinks Carpax killed Rudy. In a lapse of rage, Jaime loses control and starts beating Carpax to the pulp. That energy is the one that almost makes Jaime step to the dark side.
And 3, 2, 1,
Jaime, you're losing control.
At the beginning of the movie, Kaji's instinct is always to solve problems by eliminating them.
Eliminating threat.
Stop! I'm not a killer!
Jaime's instinct starts out very clearly like no killing. By the end, he's angry, like any of us would be. But Kaji actually steps in, having learned from Jaime.
Kaji is really able to say, like, yo, that's not us.
We're not killers, Jaime.
You have this power, but you gotta stay true to who you are, too.
For me, that was very special because Jaime had all the right to feel this way. But what does that say about our hero? That compassion is what sets him apart.
That's what makes me strong.
The thing that really brings it all together is knowing that Angel, Garrett, all of the people in our movie, behind the cameras, are all here for the same thing. And that instills so much confidence in me.
Come on, that's all you got?
Being a DC Universe writer is something that the 11-year-old me in Querétaro would have never believed. To me, it's a really incredible privilege. Jaime Reyes is the future.
Yes, he's a superhero, but everything around him, it's just so human and alive and so powerful.
In the end, the superpower is love and the family.
We need to see families that fight together for their survival.
Hundreds and hundreds of people on this film each brought their unique visions and their passion for this character that made it what it is. And to me, that's what I'm the most proud of.
Knowing that Jaime exists and kids like me can actually aspire and dress up to and finally have a costume they can embrace and cheer for, it's one of those things that is very exciting.
I'm super grateful for it. And this is just, you know, hopefully the beginning of a bunch of other characters to come out of Balmena City. Who knows? They don't tell me.
Thank you so much!
Yes! Love it.
Boom, fist bump, boom. There we go. Thank you, Bennett. When Jaime Reyes comes face to face with the Scarab, his whole life turns upside down. Transforming into Blue Beetle changes everything. But having your consciousness fused with the being from outer space does take some time to get used to.
Cholo, I noticed you're talking about me.
Yeah, okay, here we go.
Your brainwaves indicate a desire for privacy. Are you trying to shut me out?
No, it's great, we're fine.
Your mind and your mouth are not saying the same thing. Perhaps we should do a trust exercise. Commencing rocket boosters.
What? No rocket. Don't go to stage 2, please.
Systems deactivating.
Watch what happens when the Scarab suddenly decides it's your turn to save the world.
Life often brings surprises to people like Jaime Reyes.
Jenny! Let's talk while you have lunch.
Here, guard that with your life, but do not open it.
Okay, we'll do one look, okay? But just one, okay?
Jaime opens the burger box and we see the Scarab and we're making fun of it, which is what families do. And then this device comes out, the world's biggest tick.
Okay, you guys are the ones that want to see it.
And it's so similar to the comic book. They really did a good job of bringing that comic book just straight off the page.
And one pattern that we saw on the different iterations of Jaime's Blue Beetle is that the transformation process is not pretty.
This alien piece of biotechnology creating this suit is in some ways kind of gross. It's not just some clean thing that just shows up. Minute 1 of Jaime becoming Blue Beetle, the family's there. Not only are they aware, but they're intimately involved in figuring out how to get him out of it.
And we wanted to be able to make it fun thanks to the reactions of the family.
Is that the new Tamagotchi?
What the hell?
And we're like, what the hell? You know, it shoots him across the room, shoots me across the room.
You see crazy transformations in films all the time, but then you have a whole family standing right there watching it all, and it's just like, what is going on?
I can say from personal experience, it's probably one of the coolest suits I've seen in superheroes ever.
When I saw Cholo in the suit, I said, oh, Cholo, you look like a man, so handsome. And I said, many girls will be in love of you with this suit. Be careful.
This is the first time we really see Kajida's personality coming out. And let's say it has a mind of its own. Even though it has to use my mind to really do anything.
Sholo, do we need to have a talk?
I mean, are we always talking? I mean, you're literally a voice in my head. You there?
I'm always here.
Okay.
Host acquired.
Who said that?
System configuration initializing.
Wait, you don't hear that?
The relationship between Jaime and the Scarab is interesting because it's not necessarily his conscience.
Hello, Jaime.
What is happening? I think what's wonderful about this type of alien technology is that it has its own will, so it wants what it wants.
Begin systems check.
Systems check?
Thrusters engaged.
It's gonna be okay!
The test flight is their first real dance. What does this look like?
What are you doing?
Jaime has no idea how to control it. It takes him through wild rides.
Where are you taking me?
Crossing atmospheric layers.
Have fun with this transformation sequence that eventually evolves into this flight sequence.
Braking systems check complete.
Oh, thank God it's over.
Then transforms into a destruction of downtown sequence.
Flight systems engaged.
Watch out!
For Kajida, it's like, let me show you what I can do. Oh, actually, let me show you what you can do.
Watch out! Watch out! Pull up! Pull up! What are you doing?
So he doesn't know what the suit does. He falls out of the sky, lands on a Bentley. And that was a funny scene we shot in downtown Atlanta.
We wanted to step it up a notch, more than just flying, and see how the Scarab is going to react to an imminent threat that involves normal life citizens.
Threat approaching.
And the bus is heading right toward him, and he puts up his guard like he's scared, and then his suit does all the work for him.
Oh, what the hell?
And it's terrifying and it's thrilling, but it's also really funny because she thinks she's doing a good job. And he thinks that it's like it's the worst thing, you know? We split a bus in half and she's like, and we executed great, you know? We did it. And he's like, no! And so there's kind of like this dance around the fire of them understanding what the heck is going on between them two.
We had stunt performers inside the bus, and their reactions are great.
It was a big special effect, actually. We had one day to shoot this scene out there, and it was really great to see our A-list crew come together and really just jam and get to see Xolo get out there, be a superhero, cut a bus in half. It was super fun to get to see him bring it all to life.
Oh, no, not again!
Your first time out with the Scarab, it's a wild ride. Some might even say terrifying?
Don't worry, Xolo. I always make sure you get home safe.
Yeah, well, I wish we could say the same about my shoes. Or my pants or anything that I was wearing.
Clothing is not important. That's why you have me.
Yeah, until I don't.
Yo, put those huevos away, bro.
Family is everything to Jaime Reyes, okay? He never set out to become a hero, but fate chose him.
Technically, I chose you.
Right? Whatever, semantics. Look, he was just a regular kid looking for a job when he crossed paths with Kajida.
Again, correction. We did not randomly cross paths. I traveled cosmic distances your mind could not even fathom and chose Jaime.
Okay, Kaji, can I get to the point?
Permission to proceed.
Thank you. Okay, once his family is in danger, he realizes he can't run anymore. And he has to master these powers and save the people he loves.
3, 2, 1.
No, wait, don't!
In order for Jaime to survive and his family to survive, he needs to embrace Kajida as part of him.
His brainwaves, they're syncing with the Scarab's frequency. They're connecting.
Maybe this is his purpose. This is his destiny.
I need you, Kaji!
The relationship between Kajida and Jaime is solidified in that moment, stepping into their power.
It's been great to watch Xolo over the last few months as he's prepared for this role to really even step up, and he's done that through training, very intense training.
He's awesome. He is game for anything. He wants to do his own stunts. With the fight choreography, he picked up quick.
All the training really comes down to this. I guess we'll see if I make it. Boom, fist bump.
Omek incoming, Jaime.
Ah, crap.
The suit has an unlimited amount of capabilities.
Okay, let's do this, Kaji. Give me rockets or something.
Deploying blasters.
Blue Beetle is capable of manifesting just about anything he can imagine.
So I can make whatever weapons I want, huh?
Whatever you can imagine, I can create.
Let's party.
The suit can do everything.
Let's go!
being able to manifest anything he can imagine, it's like, oh my gosh, like, where do we stop?
Threat approaching.
Not where do we start?
If I could create any weapons I want, I would tap into my child fantasies when we were kids, role-playing in the backyard.
It is fun because Angel thinks of it in terms of Jaime in his early 20s. What would somebody who's been playing video games and reading comic books, what would they come up with?
There's a beam that shoots out of it. The legs that come out. Flying is obviously a super cool one. The swords, the fact that you can... So cool. The whole team put their heads together for something really special, and the thing fits like a glove.
Wait, is that my house?
Testing re-entry systems.
I think what's really amazing too is that, you know, there was a moment where there was a Blue Beetle that was not with the Scarab.
My dad was never able to unlock the Scarab, so instead, he built his own tech to fight as Blue Beetle.
And I think what's really amazing is that with all the technology, in the final fight scene with the family, everybody has a piece of Blue Beetle, which to me represents that we can all be our own superhero.
¿Listos?
¡Listos!
Having a partner isn't just about taking out bad guys, even though, let's face it, it's pretty freaking cool.
I enjoy finding creative solutions to bad guy problems.
Yeah, but what really matters most in a partner is having someone to help you do the right thing.
Whoa! What's with the blades?
At first, the Scarab's mission is kill, kill, kill.
Eliminating threat.
No, put the blades away.
Would you like to use a different weapon?
No, I mean, we don't have to kill him.
Eliminating threat.
Every time the Scarab wants to do something of its nature, Jaime's reaction and his good-heartedness steps in the way.
I have an arsenal at my disposal.
No weapons!
But through connection to Jaime, who is a good kid, the Scarab also goes through a transformation that involves a little bit more empathy.
No! No!
How to pull back on his intentions and have some sort of humanity. Eventually, being a voice of reason to Jaime.
Recommend to disengage.
What are you doing?
We're not killers, Jaime. Let him go.
What about Dad? What about Rudy?
Carapax is a character who's basically just forgotten his origins, forgotten where he comes from. And interestingly enough, it's being exposed to the Scarab that has sort of reignited his central nervous system. It's also reignited the memories of where he came from, what was taken from him, what was destroyed.
Every villain has their origin story. I think it's that moment that Kajida really shows Jaime. He also loved his family. He does what he does for his family as well.
The universe has sent you a gift, Jaime. Maybe it's time that we get our own hero.
Jaime is able to acknowledge that maybe this is his purpose, is to embrace Blue Beetle, is to embrace the Scarab that he now has to use for good.
In the end, what sets Blue Beetle apart from other heroes is that he's not trying to do it all by himself. He leans on his family and on Kajida to save the day. And that's actually what makes him stronger, because none of us should have to go through it alone.
Thanks, Sholo. You're a good partner. I'm glad I chose you.
Hey, thanks, Kaji. Look, it's been a pleasure hosting with you. Anyways, stay safe out there, Palmera City, or wherever you are.
Spicy mommy's on the way,
Beetle shows how intergenerational a superhero story can be because you have characters like Nana, played by Adriana.
I am the Nana of Blue Beetle.
Nana is probably my favorite character.
She has some of the best moments in the movie.
Hay muchas cosas que tú no sabes de tu Nana.
I had the privilege of working with the amazing Adriana Barraza in this movie. She plays the character of Nana, who is Jaime's grandma.
I think everybody has an inner child. And my child heart, when I was here, I say, wow, like in the movies. Oh, yes. Wait a minute, I'm in a movie. Oh, yes.
My father went to live to Yuma, Arizona, and he remarried into a Mexican-American family.
Oh, pobrecito.
I got to be a part of that family, and I got the good fortune of meeting the man, Rudy, who basically inspires the character of Rudy.
I love you, Mom.
Nana is inspired by Rudy's mom. Everybody calls her Nana. She's the sweetest, most gentle, most caring person in the world.
Oye, me vi para acá. Se me olvidó darte la bendición, hombre. Hasta me atragante.
She's lived in the US for like 60 years, and I've never heard her speak one word of English ever.
A ver, ándale, a ver si con esto te sientes mejor.
We all have the super sweet abuela like figure, but abuelas are powerful women.
At the beginning of the movie, Nana is so regular and beloved nanny who really like dancing and sing.
Sometimes when you see Nana, you know, she's being a Nana. But Nana has a secret.
She's also a total badass.
Nana had a revolutionary past.
Ya tomé para asalto fortalezas como esta. What the hell?
Emily, one day we're gonna have to talk about Nana's revolutionary past.
She knows how to infiltrate fortresses.
A ver, déjame ver ese pozo en el centro. Esa es nuestra entrada.
She knows how to use a weapon.
How do you know how to hold that so perfectly?
Like, you see Nana with the big-ass gun, and you're like, this is her.
Nana?
Órale, mijo.
And we see this side of Nana that we've been hiding throughout the whole movie.
Nana is really fun. It's not important if she is 80 or not. She's a warrior.
¡Abajo los imperialistas!
Ay. Ahora sí nos podemos ir, mijo.
Her transformation is very personal to me.
Escúchame muy bien, hijita. Entiendo perfectamente cómo te sientes. Pues tenemos que ser fuertes.
¡Ayúdenos!
Ya habrá un momento para llorar. Este no es ese momento. I'm thrilled with my character because in my work as an actress, I made a lot of the tragedy.
Nerd alert! Nerd alert! Nerd alert! No, Nana! Nerd alert!
I'm really happy to have the opportunity to be in a movie like this because my inner child is happy and fun all the time. They give me the opportunity to make this kind of characters who have many fun moments.
¿Cómo cuando era chiquito?
To have the opportunity to make comedy, oh my God, it's a present for me. I passed a fantastic time making this movie because she's a superhero too.